Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. President Bongbong Marcos says that while he's upset over Chinese Ambassador Wang Xilian's behavior, he sees no reason to request China to replace its envoy. Several lawmakers want Wang to be sent back to China following Beijing's recent aggression towards Philippine vessels in the West Philippine Sea. Asked for his thoughts on the Chinese envoy's possible recall, Marcos said, quote, "He's the ambassador of China, so he will always take the Chinese position." The president added that overreactions could further inflame tensions between Manila and Beijing. Meanwhile, the Chinese embassy in Manila once again called out the Philippines and the United States for stirring up trouble in the disputed waters. China maintained its sovereignty that it said was established in the long course of history and consistent with international law. Despite the recent incidents, China said it is committed to enhancing communication with the Philippines and has put forward proposals to manage the situation in the area. President Marcos arrived in Manila from Japan on Monday evening. He was in Tokyo for the ASEAN-Japan Commemorative Summit and had a bilateral meeting on the side with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. The Presidential Communications Office said Marcos managed to secure 14.5 billion pesos in investment pledges. These cover different sectors including semiconductor, healthcare, infrastructure, agriculture, and maritime security. The President said some of these are extensions of already existing contracts. But together with the deal signed on his last visit in February, the President said these are expected to generate some 40,000 jobs.
We have entered into agreements that concern other areas. One of them, of course, is security, as Japan has the same concerns in the China Sea. We are in South China Sea. Sila naman nasa North China Sea. And so we have some very similar issues, and the assistance that they are providing us, the partnership that they are providing us, will have a synergy to increase our capabilities.
President Marcos has ordered the creation of a new agency under him to oversee investments and economic pledges. Through Executive Order 49, he created the Office of the Special Assistant to the President for Investment and Economic Affairs, or OSA-PIEA. It will be headed by Presidential Advisor on Investment and Economic Affairs, Frederick Go, who will hold the rank of a secretary. Go will advise the President on economic matters such as inflation and food security, as well as ensure that investment pledges made are realized. Go will now also chair the economic group with all other agencies including NEDA, DOF, and DTI mandated to regularly report to him. Before he joined government, Go was the president and CEO of Robinson's Land. He was also chair of the Luzon International Premier Airport Development and vice chair of Robinson's Bank. Go holds a management engineering degree from Ateneo de Manila University. He is the nephew of the late John Gokongwei, who founded the JG Summit Holdings empire. We will be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Jimmy Pacheco, the Filipino caregiver who was hostage by Hamas, is now back in the Philippines. Daniel Pawid with the report.
A tight hug from his wife, 3 children, and mother greeted Jillionor Jimmy Pacheco upon his arrival in the country. Pacheco was one of the 2 Filipinos who were hostage by Hamas last October 7th. He was held for 49 days. Up to now, Pacheco still can't believe he's free and has been reunited with family.
Masaya po ako na nandito na ako sa Pilipinas. Nakita ko na yung mga anak ko, pamilya ko, asawa ko. Saka parang panaginip lang to. Plano ko po, so, babalik pa po. Kahit mga ilang taon lang po. Masecure ko lang yung pag-aaral ng mga bata.
The Philippine government is ready to support Jimmy in his children's education. Livelihood is also underway.
We will mobilize further our resources in terms of pangkabuhayan. Ito ang isang pinoint out ni Pangulo nung nagpulong kami. Yung pangmatagalang tulong, pangkabuhayan at empleyo.
May proseso ang scholarships ng mga bata. Specifically, minention ni Clarice na gusto niya magkaroon ng negosyo. Nag-agree naman si Jimmy na ang gusto niyo pwesto sa palengke.
While in the Philippines, Pacheco will also undergo treatment for his left ear, now considerably deaf by gunshots during his captivity. Aside for a lifetime monthly pension and stipends, the Israeli government will shoulder all of Jimmy's medical expenses.
And as a victim of terror, he is entitled of getting all the support like any other Israeli who is a victim of terror. And talking to Jimmy, I know that he already got also psychological support and assistance in Israel, and the Israeli government has been with him since the moment he was out of Gaza.
Pacheco's loved ones are still shaken by it all, but the OFW's wife and mother said they will support Jimmy if he wants to return to Israel. Despite his harrowing experience, Jimmy plans to return to Israel as a caregiver by February.
Actually, may trauma na rin ako, pero kailangan po para po may secure niya yung kinabukasan ko ng mga bata.
Masaya na po. Magkakasama na kami lahat.
After finally being reunited with his family, Jimmy is set to return home to their province in Santa Ana, Cagayan on Tuesday. For News 5, Rainiel Pawid, we are One News.
Tropical depression Kabayan has weakened into a low-pressure area. The LPA was last spotted 290 kilometers west-southwest of Zamboanga City in Zamboanga del Sur. Several areas are still expected to experience cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. These include Cebu, Surigao del Sur, Bohol, Occidental Mindoro, Bicol, Quezon, and Aurora. Around 6,000 passengers were stranded nationwide after several boat trips were canceled on Wednesday. Passengers are reminded to coordinate with authorities for the schedule of their trips. Let's now take a quick look at other stories we're watching. Oil companies implemented mixed adjustments on fuel prices this week. Prices of diesel are up by 10 centavos per liter, while kerosene is now cheaper by 85 centavos. Gasoline prices remain unchanged. Striking jeepney drivers and operators are mulling to spend Christmas in front of Malacanang. They are protesting against the year-end deadline of franchise consolidation for the PUV modernization program. And the Interior Department calls on local government units to pass ordinances that will ban firecracker use. Instead, the agency is pushing for supervised fireworks displays in common spaces like municipal town halls and other designated areas. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.